Sorry, folks, had a technical difficulty there right out of the gate. Had to change cameras. Just crossing the 18-minute mark of the first period. Welcome to the broadcast for the County Royals. County Royals are in tough tonight, taking on the number one team in the Highlands Division, the Deseronto Bulldogs. Welcome to all the Bulldogs fans from the Dog Pound in Deseronto. Bulldogs are 6-3, 4-1 in their last five. And tonight, they have Aaron Young in net. Aaron Young has a .91 save percent average. Royals are 2-6 in the league. They're 1-3-1 in the last five. And starting in net's a very familiar face, Christian Christleton. Face off in the neutral zone. This is Nick Kirby taking the draw. Face off won by Deseronto. Deseronto works around the outside now. Long lead pass touched by Ian Harris. They are calling that an offside pass from the far end. Face off will take place on the left-hand side of Aaron Young. Nick Kirby's out there with Sheldon Purchase and Nick Boomhauer. Quick shot by Nick Boomhauer, 6 around the outside. Can't be kept in at the line by Braden Walsh, new addition here to the Royals. Icing being called at 17:08. Face off won by the Royals. Kicked around the outside. Banked off the boards there by Sheldon Purchase, former Northumberland star. Deseronto carries it in too wide. No force to the outside. Long shot. Christleton blocker save into the corner. Royals unable to clear. Pass out front. Missed. And all the way back down the ice. Bulldogs have to regroup in behind the net. This is Johnny Hill. Hill's going to carry this one up. He's hit by Calvin Watosic. As they bring it in on the inside here. Quick shot off a crossbar and up out of play. As Watosic with a massive turnover there. Face off now. This is Hurd. Long shot. Tip up over top of Aaron Hill. Nice tip shot there. Sorry, that was Justin Arnold took the draw. Face off, kept in by Watosic. Turned over. Here come the Bulldogs now. Watosic steps out in front of his defenseman, knocks him down. Now racing the line, can't be kept in at the line. That was Kenny Mudruff that kept that in. Deseronto circles in behind, tries to reset. Now the puck moved up by Deseronto. They're 3 wide as they cross the line onside. Force around the outside. Tripping call coming up against Steve Neary, and that will be for tripping.
This broadcast of the County Royals hockey brought to you by Local 401, one of the most respected and influential building trade locals in Ontario.
Face off to the right-hand side of Christleton. 15:57 remaining of the first period. Long shot, missed wide outside of Christleton. Deseronto roots around the outside. They try to find their way in. This is Luke Brown now. Goes to the one-timer pass over to Ryan Verbeek. He fans on that one, and Deseronto controls. They again working around the outside. Trying to find their way in as the Royals square up. Van Vlak's out there. Tipped away. That was Nick Kirby. Christleton steers that to the corner, but kept in by Deseronto as they control. Long shot, bunch of legs. Christleton can't find that. They finally tangled him up in front of the net there for a whistle. 15:16 remaining of the first period. As Justin Arnold, Watosic come out. He's out there with Cole St. Pierre And on the far side, Kenny Mudriff. They're your defenders here on the PK2. Face off, controlled by Deseronto as they work around the outside on the half board. Trying to find their way in. Long shot off the foot and into the corner. That was Noah Brandt. Deseronto trying to find it. There's Noah Brandt again. Long shot. And Christendon's going to grab that one. We're coming up on 1 minute remaining of the penalty to Steve Neary for tripping. And we're at 15:01 remaining of the first period. Again, thank you so much for joining us here on the broadcast. Sorry about the rough start there, folks. Face off, won by the Royals. Kenny Mudriff's going to turn, fire that one all the way down. And Young's going to play this one in behind. Calvin Witosic tries to get something started there, but out come Deseronto. They're going to drop this one. Long pass off the foot. Icing is waved off. That's Miss Gustafson going in behind the net. Cleared hard by St. Pierre. Not out. Now they get it out. And kept it at the line. Shot in long. As Witosic now controls this one. Nice drop pass right into the zone. Again, that was Tyson Moore that came down through the middle there on the pipe. 23 seconds remaining in the penalty. Tyson Moore tries to get something started here. He's out there with Witosic, and of course Walsh and Wilkinson both out there now. They're the new additions to the Royals. Long shot. Christendon steers that. 7 seconds, 6 seconds as we return back to 5-on-5 hockey. Off a foot now controlled. Royals get this one out. Nice hard hit. John Samus comes out for Steve Neary. As Witosic, Moore, and John Samus are your forwards. Long pass. Icing's waved off. Kenny Mudriff goes in behind the net now to pick this puck up. Brendan Wilkinson's out there. He's the other defenseman. Now Witosic going to try and beat his man. Nobody touches the puck. They both overskated it. As Kenny Mudriff now carries this one out. In behind Tyson Moore. He can't find it. Turned over by Deseronto. In they come. Odd man rush. 3-on-4. John Samus gains control and goes in behind the net. No one there at 13:22 remaining. Turnover by Deseronto, and they come strong. Christendon knocks that one down loose. They try to find that one. Puck is still loose. As they continue to bang away at that, as Christendon finally grabs that one at 13:05.
This broadcast of the County Royals hockey brought to you by Abode Home Store, a collection of high-end furniture, lighting, and decor located in the county.
Face off to the left-hand side of Christendon. It's Tyson Moore stepping in on the draw. Face off won by the County Royals, but controlled by Deseronto. That was Steve Neary trying to get that one out. They couldn't. Broken up by John Samus. Kenny Mudriff now tries to get this one out. John Samus, one-touch pass to Moore. Puts it off the board. This is Zach Thompson. He bumps his man off. This guy stumbles. Can't get inside. No, they're going to circle back. Out comes Deseronto, 4 strong. This is going to be an icing call at 12:39. We'll go back and take a look at a while ago to that body check that happened down at the far end. Right here, where Witosic lined him up and just hammered him right there. That was the massive turnover. As the Royals had an excellent opportunity there. Long shot, scores! Cole St. Pierre from way outside on the draw. And the Royals take a 1-0 lead. As we were just taking a look at that replay, showing the hit, then they dropped the puck on that. There's Cole St. Pierre's shot right there, and it finds its way all the way through, and it's now 1-0 for the County Royals. County Royals now come in, long shot. Aaron Young's going to hang on to that one, couldn't find it right away. Yeah, we were just showing you the replay there. And again, Cole St. Pierre, long distance shot, fooled Aaron Ward. And 1-0 for the County Royals. Deseronto now controls, tries to get it in. Stayed at the line there by Steve Neary. Now it's brought in deep. Bulldogs trying to set up in behind the net, turned over. This is Van Vlack now, goes in the side, tries to get this one turned back over. Deseronto controls in behind the net, tries to wrap around, turned over. Now it's a foot race. Numbers are sometimes hard to see. That's Sheldon Purchase. Sorry, that's Matt Donovan. Matt Donovan now backhands this one in. Royals going for a small change. Justin Arnold now out there. He's out there with Witosic. High bank shot, bounces off. That's Brandon Wilkinson, couldn't control that one. Deseronto walks in. Quick shot, knocked down by Crystalton again. He's having a hard time hanging on to those tonight. Hard slash heard up here in the office. Oh, almost a close breakaway there by Noah Brandt. He just missed that assignment on that one. Now out come the Royals again. Long shot, nice save. Witosic almost had that one. As Kenny Mudriff and Steve Neary both have to get back 3-on-2. Shot right into the glove of Crystalton as he hangs on to that one. Though they're going to give credit to Cody Clancy on the deflection on that. Cole St. Pierre with an assist. We thought it went straight in off the glove, but obviously it fooled Aaron Young. As Cody Clancy, that was number 21, Cody Clancy deflected that one. Face off now, won and controlled in by Deseronto. Now it's a foot race. They try to get this one out. They do. Turned over at the line. Dumped in lightly. This is Deseronto now. Tries to find their outlet pass. They do. They regroup. 10:41 remaining. Long shot off the back of the net. Crystalton's going to grab that one. Referee's going to let them play. Deseronto now trying to set up with their Royals are all five back. Broken up by Kenny Mudriff. He tries to get this one out. Witosic tries to push his man as well. Kept in by Deseronto. They control. Slapped in hard off the boards, and out they come. Witosic now steps around his man. He's got Sheldon Purchase with him. Long dump in. Witosic goes for the change. He gets his change in. And out for him comes Nate Boomhauer. Deseronto now, odd man rush, 3-on-2. Nice play. Interference call coming up against Steve Neary. That's going to be for interference for sure. Not a lot on that one. Aaron Young's on the bench now. The extra attacker on. Deseronto tries to work this one around. Now turned over and controlled. As that's going to be Steve Neary for holding. They called that one. Second power play opportunity for Deseronto. Again, thank you so much for joining us here on YouTube, Royals Hockey. Crystalton's going to slow this one down a little bit. Face off will be to his right. Van Vlack's out there. Face off, won by Deseronto. Controlled. They're looking for the inlet pass. Royals square up, almost picked that one off. They can't get inside. They try to work around the outside. Nick Kirby and Van Vlack up front. Wilkinson and Walsh back on the point. The two newcomers here to the Royals. 20 seconds gone in the period. Long shot, wide left. They tried to bank that one, and Crystalton's going to grab that one as well and hang on to it at 9:24 remaining of the first period. Exceptionally large crowd here tonight as Deseronto in town. The bar's full. The Task Force Lounge. A lot of fans here wearing Bulldog shirts. Again, thank you so much for joining us here. For people watching online, as this is now picked off, shot down by Nick Kirby right on Aaron Young. He's going to stop this one, 9:16 remaining. Deseronto regroups behind their own net. Now they carry it out. Odd man rush. They've gone end-to-end. That's Jacob Panetta. They're going to dump this one around, controlled in by Deseronto. They tried to work it back. Now they do. This is Luke Brown. Tried to go across. Picked off by Nick Kirby. Carried in by Deseronto. They tried to work around the outside. Crystalton read that one. Puck is still loose. They had to shoot that one into the corner. Deseronto. Oh, great opportunity on the back door. That was Ryan Verbeek. That's two he's fanned on. Might want to consider going up a flex and some sticks there. Great opportunity by Van Beek and just couldn't get it through. So now Ryan Van Beek, now he's going to drop pass in on the half board. 30 seconds remaining in the penalty. 8:16 remaining in the period. Back to the point. Deseronto trying to find their way in. They still can't. Nice square up job by the Royals. They're not going to chase that one. That's Michael Hunter putting a stick on him. Puck deflected up out of play. 13 seconds remaining. Small break here as they fix the thing. We also had a player on the ice, wasn't on our roster up here. He is on the game sheet as they're going to fix this one, and we will go to a quick commercial break, and we will be back. This is Royals Hockey, live from the Castle in Wellington, live on YouTube.
This broadcast of the County Royals Hockey brought to you by Anderson Equipment Sales, an agricultural dealership with locations in Belleville and Picton. This broadcast of the County Royals Hockey brought to you by Angry Birds Rotisserie Chicken Restaurant, a relaxed, fun atmosphere, delicious and affordable meal in Picton.
All right, folks, face off one by Deseronto, and that went in. Crystalton had it. That was way from outside the point there. It was number 4. And we don't have him on our roster either. That was Chad Duchesne that shot that one from way outside. And it's now 1-1. That was a power play goal. Duchesne, number 4. Face off one by the Royals all the way back. They're going to control. Now turned over, shot back in. As Braden Wilkinson tries to battle his man, Deseronto tries to work this one in, kicked out and loose. Flicked out wildly by the Royals. Now a foot race. This is John Samus chasing his man down. He's chasing Connor Birkinshaw. There's going to be an elbowing call here on this one. Zach Thompson got tangled up. Yeah, they're going to call that a roughing call. That was for the little headshot on the ice. We had that up here. Should have been a tripping call as well, but they only got the referees always catch the retaliation on those. Face-off will now take place to the right-hand side of Crystalton. 7:31 remaining of the first period. Face-off won by Deseronto. They work it around the outside. Deseronto walks in, quick shot, scores. That was Luke Brown that walked directly in on that one. And he put it right up over the shoulder of Crystalton. And it is now 2-1 for the Bulldogs at 7:24. Justin Arnold, Braden Forrestal, and Watasek out there. Steve Neary and Mudriff are their defense. Face off, won by Deseronto. They're going to carry this one through. This is Jacob Friend. Long shot off the glove of Crystalton, and they bouncing puck and fooled Crystalton. And they put that one in. And is now 3-1, as that seemed to be Graham Lemaire that put that one in. That was a weird one. Hit Crystalton in the glove, bounced free. And then just a quick shot by Lemaire. 3-1 for the Bulldogs at 7:13 of the first period. We got a goaltender change. Nick McGraden now in net. We'll get some stats on him in a sec. Face-off carried in by Watosik. He carries that in. Oh, the captain just missed the net. As Hurd put one off the side of the post. Deseronto now regroups and put this one back out. Puck dumped in by Deseronto in behind the net. Steve Neary battles his man off. He's bumped in the back. No support given in the corner. Steve Neary now makes his way over. Justin Arnold hits his man in the corner, and now Kenny Mudriff goes in. That's Watosik on the half board. Battles his man. Puck doesn't really move. Watosik's going to carry that one out. Royals are 3 wide. Forrestal, Mudriff, and Watosik turned over. Here comes Deseronto back the other way. Long stretch pass. Picked off way in the back by Steve Neary. He's hit at the blue line as he dumps it in. Young now slows this one down in behind. Too many men on the ice for the Royals, not caught by the officials. As Deseronto carries this one in, 3 wide. They work around the outside. This is Panetta now, tries to find his way across. Knocked down in the corner. Lick pass. Nick McGraden's going to grab that one and hang on to it at 5:59 remaining of the first period. Face off, one control by the Royals. They try to get this one out. They can't. Now Deseronto controls. Just missed the net there. That was Nick McGraden. Knocked that one down. Long stretch pass out across the ice. That was Matt Donovan. Dumps this one in. Deseronto now regroups. Oh, long pass. Almost a breakaway. As that was Ryan Verbeek again sneaking in behind. McGraden comes out, plays that one, breaks it up. As Van Vleck carries in, long shot. Aaron Young knocks that one down at 5:21 remaining of the first period. John Samus now comes out. He's out there with Zach Thompson. And Tyson Moore on the far side. Long stretch pass. This is Cole St. Pierre now chasing this one down. Icing is waved off as Cole St. Pierre battles his man in behind, flicks it under the half board. One touch pass. Here comes Tyson Moore. He's going to carry this one through. He's got bodies with him. John Samus has got shooters as well. As Cole St. Pierre was also back, he opted to shoot, and Aaron Young gobbles that one up at 4:55. Tyson Moore's going to step in on the draw, still out there with Samus and Thompson. Face off. One by Moore. Back to Kenny Mudriff. He'll shoot. Long shot up high on Moore. As Thompson tried to dive and get that one away. Turnover. Here comes John Samus. Now slaps that one away as Moore also puts his man on. 2 men in the corner battle. They try to get this one out. Still controlled by Chad Duchesne. He now gets it up. Deseronto comes in up high. Turnover. So Steve Neary now. Long stretch pass off the stick of Thompson. Goes in deep. Now they change. Out comes Boomhauer, Sheldon Purchase, and Nick Kirby. Picked off by Nick Kirby, but turned over by Deseronto. They carry this one in 3 wide. Oh, we got a fight. Center ice. As this is Boomhauer and Connor Birkinshaw. As this one ends, they get back up. Referee's going to let them go. This is right out front here. This is a nice big heavyweight tilt. As Boomhauer throws, takes a nice shot, and he goes down. That one set up in the back there at 4:10 of the first period. Four minutes remaining. Both players sent to the dressing room. Player off the ice will have to serve that one. That one kind of happened behind the play. As they try to work this one out, we will be right back.
This broadcast of the County Royals hockey brought to you by A-Team Construction, obsessed with bringing comfort and beauty to your home.
Face-off will take place in the neutral zone. It's going to be even fight. No instigator on that one. 5-on-5. Face-off now in the neutral zone. This is Justin Arnold wins this draw. Goes back to Kenny Medriff. He puts it back up to Hurd as he works on the outside now. Sorry, Justin Arnold. Long pass. Oh, Witosik with a great opportunity. And Young grabs that one right away. And knocks that one down. Face-off will now take place to the right-hand side of Young. Just under 4 minutes remaining of the first period. Face-off won by Justin Arnold. Quick shot off the foot, shot into the corner as it deflected away. As that was Braden Walsh off the foot on that one, the newcomer here. Long stretch pass, missed everybody, good into the corner. Quick outlet pass. Nice save by Nick McGraden. As the Royals try to get this one out now, Witosik now in a foot race. Battles his man back in the corner. Great battle. That was Jacob Panetta as they bump. Little tangle up play there. As they were trying to battle back inside on that one. And Braden Forrestal ended up right on top of Aaron Young. He stopped immediately. These teams are relatively close, not only in the league, but geographically. A lot of familiar players to each other here. Van Black wins this one off the blocker of Aaron Young. Worked in the corner. Van Black now goes back again. Long shot from the point, knocked down by Deseronto. Kept in at the line by Braden Walsh. Knocked down the half board. They try to work this one. Nice move by Van Black as he tried to step around his man. Kicked it back by Matt Donovan. Back to Wilkinson. That's Walsh. Sorry, Walsh dumped that one in on the half board. Now Deseronto controls. They try to bring this one out. Now it's a foot race. Knocked down and controlled by Braden Wilkinson. Long pass up now. Dumped in by Tyson Moore. In behind the net. Long shot around. Knocked down on the far side by Wilkinson. Now a battle in the corner. John Samus comes over. Gives him a hand on that one, but out comes Deseronto. 2-on-1. As Cole St. Pierre back by himself. Oh, again, Verbeek missed that one. Now foot race going back the other way. They're going out too wide. This is Cody Clancy. Long shot. Kick save by Young. 2:15 remaining of the first period. Out comes Deseronto. One on three, actually. They keep him to the outside. Long shot. Nick McGraden kicks that to the corner. They try to center this one. They can't. Cole St. Pierre is going to fire this one. This will be icing as Aaron Young's going to let this one go at just under 2 minutes remaining of the first period. You're watching Royals hockey here on YouTube, live from Wellington.
This broadcast of the County Royals hockey brought to you by Barry Swan Specialties. You can call us anytime when you have a shipment to move anywhere in North America.
Face off, won by Deseronto, kept in at the line. They try to work this one around. Deseronto can't find their way in. They're still trying to get inside. Kept really nicely outside by the Royals. Off a foot in behind the net. Now a battle. That's Kenny Mudriff now. Sorry, that was Hunter. Michael Hunter. As Nick McGraden keeps that one out. As William Harrison put his hands up a little premature on that one. As Nick McGraden put his paddle down and just locked up. Witosik, Justin Arnold, and Forrestal now come out on the forward line. Mudriff and Neary on the point. Face off the right-hand side of McGraden. Arnold kicked out. Witosik gets booted before he even says a word before he comes in. Forrestal now has got to take this one. Face off. Off the referee's foot into the corner. Arnold now controls this one on the half board. Now it's a foot race. Witosik can't get through. Turned over. Here comes Deseronto. Minute and a half remaining of the first period. Quick shot. McGraden reads that one, grabs it, and hangs on to it. 1:21 remaining, 3-1 currently. Face off not kept in. That's offside. That was some pretty nifty stick work there back there by Chad Duchesne. Couldn't keep it in though. He tried to sell it. Long shot. Nick McGrain's going to hang on to that one. His face off will be to the right-hand side of Nick McGraden. Face off won by the Royals. Now a foot race. This is Arnold into the corner. Minute remaining of the first period. Deseronto now gains control. Watasa comes in and helps out. Kicked out by Dezo. Here they come. 3 wide, picked off by Steve Neary. Long pass. One touch pass as Arnold Watasic now controls. Goes in on the outside, looks for the outlet pass. Forstall can't get it through. Back comes Deseronto. 40 seconds remaining. Long pass. 2-on-2. Neary keeps his man to the outside. Broken up by Forstall. Watasic drops for Forstall. Forstall now carries on the outside. Trying to find some help. No one there. Kept in at the line by Van Vlack. Quick shot off a leg. And back comes Deseronto. 20 seconds remaining. They're going to dump this one in. Kenny Mudriff now getting ahead of steam. He's going to work it around the outside. Quick pass. And down comes this is Cody Clancy. Long shot. Young knocks that down. 7 seconds. 5 seconds. Off a leg. Deseronto will just dump this one in. And at the end of the first period, 3-1 for the Bulldogs. And we will catch you on the other side of the intermission show. You're watching Royals hockey live from Wellington at the Castle. The Hawks 2-on-1. They try to go across ice. They can't. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Quick shot by Nesbitt. Nice save by Chrislin right at the end of the period as he knocks this one. The Tweed Oil Kings in town. Should be a full house on that one. Controlled in by the Royals. Long shot. LeBron scores! What a funny little bounce. Welcome, everyone, to the very first broadcast of the brand new team in the NPHL, the County Royals. Starting goal tonight, Christian Christelton. He is a former Madoc Wildcat that has now joined this team, and of course he will be battled into the side by Northgrave. Calvin tries to get up front, he can't. Now controls again on his backhand. Shit, scores! Well, that's a familiar sight for the Smith Fall Ritos as Calvin Watasic makes it 6-2. Knocked away by Van Vleck. Here comes Purchase now through the neutral zone. He puts it on the far side. He's going to streak towards the net. Off the foot. They try to keep this one in. They do. Royals now trying to shoot this one. Tip! Sheldon Purchase with a quick shot. Breakaway now. As Chrislin with a great save on that one. As we enter the final 5 or 6 seconds of this period, and that will sum it up. Opening night, the County Royals are down by the Smith Falls Ritos 10-3. Thank you so much for joining us here on YouTube. We look forward to seeing you at our next broadcast on October 18th against the Durham Hawks. For the County Royals, my name is Bill Newman, and thank you so much for joining us, and we will catch you next time. Forward line, John Samus in the back with Peaver. This is Peaver. He'll shoot this one. Scores! Calvin Watasic from Brandon Peaver. This is Peaver. He'll shoot this one. Scores! Calvin Watasic from Brandon Peaver. You can see there, puck in, shot around the outside now. Hawks are going to control this one. Picked off. Now it's a foot race. It's going to be good. In walks. Nice shot. Oh, nice read by Horn. That was Nick Kirby that picked that one off and walked all the way in. As they try to get inside bats, they have to back up, though they couldn't keep it in. Tyson Moore jumps off for a change. Malcolm Hurd comes out. Here's a breakaway by Watasic. Scores! Calvin Watasic! And he makes it. Find his man. He's teamed up. He can't get this one. He's bumped hard. In come the Hawks 2-on-1. They try to go across ice. They can't. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Quick shot by Nesbitt. Nice save by Chrislin right at the end of the period, as he knocks this one. The Tweed Oil Kings in town. Should be a full house on that one. Controlled in by the Royals. Long shot. LeBron scores! What a funny little bounce. Welcome, everyone, to the very first broadcast of the brand new team in the NPHL, the County Royals. Starting goal tonight, Christian Christelton. He is a former Madoc Wildcat that has now joined this team, and of course he will be battled into the side by Northgrave. Calvin tries to get up front, he can't. Now controls again on his backhand. Shit, scores! Well, that's a familiar sight for the Smith Fall Ritos as Calvin Watasic makes it 6-2. Knocked away by Van Vleck. Here comes Purchase now through the neutral zone. He puts it on the far side. He's going to streak towards the net. Off the foot. They try to keep this one in. They do. Royals now trying to shoot this one. Tip! Sheldon Purchase with a quick shot. Breakaway now. As Chrislin with a great save on that one. As we enter the final 5 or 6 seconds of this period, and that will sum it up. Opening night, the County Royals are down by the Smith Falls Ritos 10-3. Thank you so much for joining us here on YouTube. We look forward to seeing you at our next broadcast on October 18th against the Durham Hawks. For the County Royals, my name is Bill Newman, and thank you so much for joining us, and we will catch you next time. Forward line, John Samus in the back with Peever. This is Peever. He'll shoot this one. Scores! Calvin Watasic from Brandon Peever. This is Peever. He'll shoot this one. Scores! Calvin Watasic from Brandon Peever. You can see there, puck in, shot around the outside now. Hawks are going to control this one. Picked off. Now it's a foot race. It's going to be good. In walks. Nice shot. Oh, nice read by Horn. That was Nick Kirby that picked that one off and walked all the way in. As they try to get inside bats, they have to back up, though. They couldn't keep it in. Tyson Moore jumps off for a change. Malcolm Hurd comes out. Here's a breakaway by Watasic. Scores! Calvin Watasic. And he makes it. Find his man. He's teamed up. He can't get this one. He's bumped hard. In come the Hawks 2-on-1. They try to go across ice. They can't. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Quick shot by Nesbitt. Nice save by Chrislin right at the end of the period as he knocks this one. The Tweed Oil Kings in town. Should be a full house on that one. Welcome back to the second period. Deseronto Bulldogs versus your hometown County Royals. Currently 3-1 for Deseronto as we're going to take a quick peek around the league today. So North Dundas beat up on Armpire basically 11-2. Smith Falls had their way with Westport 6-1. The Teddy Bear toss going on tonight in Paju Falls. Paju Falls up 3-1 right now. Tamworth and the Tweed Oil Kings 2-2. That game started at 7 o'clock. Assasauga and South Stormont, they're 6-2 right now for the Wild. Manotick, Manners, and Madawaska Valley, they're up 5-1 right now. Of course, here, the Deseronto Bulldogs up 3-1 on the Royals. And right now, Durham Hawks leading Lindsay Barncats 2-1. That game also got underway at 7:30. Starting in the second period in the net for your County Royals. It's going to be Nick McGraden. He has a .852 save percentage. We're just about to get underway here as the captain of the County Royals talking to the referees. As we're about to get underway here. Forrestal, Justin Arnold, Witosick, Wilkinson and Walsh on the point. Face off, won by the Royals, but pushed through by Deseronto. They work on the outside. Deseronto now tries to go behind the net. They don't. Broken up. Now they try to work this one in. Long shot off a bunch of sticks, misses wide. This is now Witosick. He finds Justin Arnold speed, and when he gets all the way through, nice save by Aaron Ward at 19:39 of the first period. See all the fans coming back to their seats here in the Castle. Big crowd here tonight. Of course, Deseronto not that far away. Deseronto now controls into the corner. They go in behind the net, left to right behind Young. Deseronto now breaks it out. They go way wide. Icing waved off as Kenny Mudriff goes in behind the net to battle his man. They try to clear. They can't get this one out. Kept in at the line by Jacob Friend. Jacob Friend now tries to find a body. He does. They work it inside. Nice breakup by Steve Neary. As Deseronto regroups, long shot. Well, they step into the half mark. That's really nice. As the Bulldogs wearing their reds with the big D on the front. Kenny Mudriff now tries to control this one. Now a foot race. This is Calvin Witosick now. He's by himself, 1-on-2. He's going to cut the net hard. He will. Stick put on him. No call. Nice defensive play by Deseronto. As Arnold tried to go backhand, missed the net, and not kept in. This is Steve Neary now backing up. Up to Kenny Mudriff now. He's going to turn. Quick pass. This is Tyson Moore now. He chases the puck in. There was a change there. John Samus also out. As well as Zach Thompson now out. Icing is the call at 18:25. You're watching Royals hockey here live on YouTube, live at the Castle.
This broadcast of the County Royals hockey brought to you by the CSS Industrial, specializing in providing industrial infrastructure, field service to refineries and fuel depots.
Face off one, carried out by Deseronto. They're three wide as they try to come across the line. They get the line. Tyson Moore now backs up. Deseronto controls on the half board. Two players on him. They work it deep. In behind the net now. Cole St. Pierre is going to catch up to this one. He's going to bank this off the boards, gets it out. Zach Thompson can't get to it. Tyson Moore does, keeps it in. As they battle in behind the net, Zach Thompson, Tyson Moore. Oh, right through the paint. Nobody there, though. John Samus is about 2 steps behind that one. Zach Thompson now goes for the change. He does get his change in. In comes Deseronto. They got a huge trailer, long shot. Nick McGraden knocks that one down at 17:37 remaining of the first period. Some of the lines that we're going to show you here playing tonight. Been a couple small changes in the lineup, last second change up, so they won't be reflected on the slideshow here. As there's a battle on the half board, they try to get this one out. Matt Donovan can't get this one out, kept in by Deseronto. Quick shot up over the blocker, missed wide on Nick McGraden. Penalty coming up. Going to be high sticking is the call. Going to be to number 47, that's Alex Ewell. And the Royals get their first chance on the power play tonight. That was Nick Cook making the call way behind the play. Power play unit come out. John Samus is going to drop back on the point on the forward. Arnold Forrestal and Witosick up front. Mudriff's the other defenseman. Arnold steps in on the draw. 17-11 remaining. Face off. One cleanly by the Royals, completely out. As the Royals now have to back up. John Samus now across to Kenny Mudriff now. Now the Royals are going to regroup and start coming out. 17 minutes remaining. Far long pass off the foot of the linesman. Wetosik keeps control, battles his man on the half board. Now Arnold. Get back to Wetosik. Wetosik goes back to John Samus. Over to Kenny Mudra. Tried the quick pass. Couldn't control that one. Now on the half board. This is Justin Arnold now. Back to John Samus. John Samus through the two legs. Scores! That was Braden Forstall. Power play goal. And the Royals pull within one. You see them work this around the outside. There's the initial shot. Nice save. And he just reached out and just tapped that one in. As Nick McGraden's going to grab that one right away. (16:29), 3-2 for the Bulldogs. Puck one controlled by the Royals, starting to show some life here. Bounces up over top of Cody Clancy's head, kept in at the line, and shot in deep. That was Chad Duchesne that kept that in. Cody Clancy's going to carry this one down. He's got Matt Donovan with him. They get this one in. Matt Donovan checked off the puck behind the net. He still battles, controls. Deseronto's going to control this one. They're going to turn and carry this one out. Luke Brown goes across ice now. Chad Duchesne's going to carry this one. Finds a nice little nifty move there. And they score. That was Dorian Overland who put that one in. As Deseronto grabs again their 2-goal lead here at 15:53. That was a nifty little play there by Luke Brown when he cut through. And Dorian Overland cleans that up. Kenny Mudriff now gets the puck. He back over to Steve Neary off the stick of Sheldon Purchase. He's checked hard at the line, knocked down. As Deseronto now is going to long dump this one in now. Foot race into the corner. Steve Neary battles his man. Gets control of the puck. High up off the glass. Sheldon Purchase tried to knock that one down. Again, the former Northumberland star. Long shot across. Deseronto controls. Try to put this one in. They do. That's Jordan Cannons that gets that one in. Steve Neary now turns it over. Can't get it back in. Back to Cannons. Cannons got a long dump this one in. He's bumped off the puck by Sheldon Purchase. Neary tries to bank this one in. Knocked in at the line on the half board. Cannon gets this one out front. Behind the back pass by Noah Brandt. Turnover. Back comes the Royals. They go wide on this one. Sheldon Purchase can't get through. As Nate Boomhauer, he's back after his fight in the first period. I think Aaron Young tried to knock that one out. He doesn't. Nice little move by Deseronto. They're going to carry this one. Drop pass. Penalty coming up in behind. As that was Nate Boomhauer for tripping. As the Bulldogs will go back to another power play at 14:41.
This broadcast of the County Royals hockey brought to you by Green Today, Green for Life, providing sustainable environmental solutions across North America.
Face off to the right-hand side of Nick McGraden. Face off won by the Royals. They tried to clear. They get it out. Now it's a foot race down the race. This is Justin Arnold now gets in. No, he shoots wide. Could be a slashing call coming up. As he was away and clear, he took a massive hack on that one. He's going to argue that. That's going to negate the power play. 4-on-4 hockey. Looked like the original call, by the way, on Boomhauer was a slew foot, 4-minute call. So it'll be 4-on-4 hockey for 2 minutes, and then the Bulldogs will return to a power play for a minute 49, as there was only 11 seconds gone in that penalty before a 4-on-4 hockey face-off. Won by the Royals off a leg. Watasa can't find it. Now controlled by Deseronto. This is Dorian Overland. He's going to carry this one up. He's on the outside. Nice, nifty little move. He tried to keep that out. Cleared. That was a tricky, tricky move. It cleared by Braden Walsh. Now a foot race. This is Justin Arnold. He's on a breakaway. No one's going to catch him. Nice fake move. And scores! What a goal. What a feed. 4-on-4. And the Royals are going to pull within one again, as we'll go back and take a look at that on the instant replay. You see them pull away right here, and you are not going to catch Justin Arnold on this at all, as he come all the way down, away and clear. Nice stutter step, and scores, making it 4-2. 4-3, sorry. Kenny Mudriff now carries this one down. Still 4-on-4 hockey. He forces his way to the outside. Puck off his stick. He still carries this one back to Steve Neary. Steve Neary just missed that one to John Samus, as Deseronto now going to back up. 13:40 remaining of the first period. Nice move on the line there as they carry this. That's Jacob Friend. Goes back to the point. They try to find their way in. Nope, broke it up again, and out come the Royals. They're 3 wide on this one. John Samus, Thompson, and Neary. Neary's bumped at the line. They got to get back. Royals going to go for a change. Thompson and Neary. Bad change by the Royals. As Michael Hunter gets back, he gets back in time. So does Tyson Moore. Shot up, hit Nick McGraden up high. Might have hit a post on that one. 30 seconds remaining in the 4-on-4 hockey. Back comes Deseronto. Jacob Friend now gains the line, just takes his time, slows down. Deseronto tries to shore this one up. They go across the Panetta. Panetta goes in low, tries to find another Bulldog. He does find him on the half-board. Deseronto circling on the outside. They can't catch him. This is Alex Ewell. He's going to spin away and fire. Kill can't find their way in. Now they're starting to work something here. Long pass across, off a stick in the corner. We're back to power play now for the Bulldogs. Cleared by the Royals all the way down. Minute 38 remaining as the Bulldogs get their change in. Michael Hunter's going to stay out there. Nick Kirby comes out. Penalty kill. He's out there with Tyson Moore and Cole St. Pierre. Minute 25 remaining in the penalty. The 4-minute power play. Nick Boomhauer, it must have been a slew foot. They haven't announced it on the PA system yet. Deseronto now controls this one. They're going to carry it out. 2-on-4 right now. They force him to the outside. Shot high and wide away and out of play at 11:44. You're watching Royals hockey
This
here.
broadcast of the County Royals hockey brought to you by Hilltop Auto Care, a reputable automotive service center offering a range of maintenance and repair services for various vehicles.
Face off to the left-hand side of Nick McGraden. Face off won by the Royals. Puck controlled back by Deseronto. Van Vleck tries to get this one out. They do. Still in the power play. Controlled by Deseronto. 45 seconds remaining in the penalty. 4-3 Bulldogs. They're going to carry this one in 3 wide. Try to cut through the middle. Knocked off by Walsh. That was Wilkinson. Knocked him down. Knocked him off the puck. They shoot this one down. Nick Kirby goes for a change. He gets it in. Justin Arnold comes out. The last goal scorer for the Royals on the breakaway. Another change as Van Vleck goes off. Watasa comes out. They're getting ready to go back on even hockey. Nick McGraden comes out to play the puck. Puck gets slashed away from him. 2-on-1. Nice pass. Broke it up beautifully there by Wilkinson. As we got 3 seconds remaining in the power play. Now we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Forrestal's going to come out. He's going to get the attacker. Going to chase down the Bulldogs through the crease. Nobody there. Going to be a quick shot right here. Up off the stick of Calvin Watasic. and out of play at 10:30 remaining of the second period. Bulldogs getting in the last play there as Arnold steps in on the draw. Face off, won by Deseronto and controlled. Neary goes in behind the net now, breaks this up, tries to flick it out. Defenseman went for the hit. That was Bershaw. Hit his man prior to getting the puck, but he does control. Deseronto steps in through Nick. Nick McGraden tried to push off, knocked the net off on that one at 10-12 remaining of the second period. 4-3 for the Bulldogs. Again, thank you so much for joining us here on Royals Hockey, live on YouTube. Proud member of the NPHL. Face-off now takes place left-hand side of McGraden. Kenny Mudriff now gets this one out. Now it's a foot race. This is Justin Arnold. He's out there with four, still in with Tosick. Turned by Connor Bershaw. Out comes Deseronto now. They're starting to spread out. This is Mitch Gustafson, tries to cut the net. McGraden shut the door on that one and kicked it off to the side as he tried to go 5-hole. Kept in at the line. Kenny Mudriff's got to hurry on this one as Arnold dove to get that one. They're going to wave that one off as Birkinshaw could have gotten that one. Both teams change high. Long bank pass. Steve Neary back. Oh, 2-on-1 now on the outside. Quick shot. And Nick McGraden's going to grab that one. The County Royals are yelling about something on the bench. Not sure what happened behind the play there. Face-off now will take place left-hand side. This is Tyson Moore in on the draw. Michael Hunter back on the point with Cole St. Pierre. John Samus out there with Zach Thompson. Hunter tries to get this one out. Can't be kept in at the line by Piena. Now foot race. Zach Thompson's going to beat him back. He's going to battle his man on the half-board. Spins away. He has control. They try to get this one out off a stick of the Deseronto player and down the ice. Icing waved off as Michael Hunter goes back to get this one. Over to Cole St. Pierre. Long pass up off a stick of Zach Thompson. One touch pass to Tyson Moore. Cole St. Pierre's going to grab this one. He's going to long stick this one in off the stick of Thompson. Can't control. Dezo's going to control him behind the net. Picked off at the line. Penalty coming up. As there's maybe some retaliation on that one, definitely. As Braden Walsh kind of caught him right when the puck came in. There was a penalty coming up. That might negate the penalty. As right when the puck went to get it, there's a hit. Yeah, they're putting him in the box as well. He took exception to that hit. That was Ian Harrison. As right when he went to touch the puck, Walsh hit him into the boards. We're going to go to 4-on-4 probably here as we'll let the referees work this one out. You're watching Royals Hockey on YouTube here at the Castle in Wellington.
This broadcast of the County Royals Hockey brought to you by Pounders Pub. Laid back fun and welcoming. Visit one of the latest restaurants in Wellington. This broadcast of the County Royals Hockey brought to you by Rock Solid Excavation Inc., built on the commitment to excellence.
Well, not sure what the call was on that. There's 2 minutes up on the Deseronto side. Now, there was something else that happened on the far side down below. As the Royals go to a power play, coach for Deseronto looking for the explanation on that. Walsh had the interference call, and then Harrison took exception, cross-check, and I think he threw another punch in there. So it'll be a double minor. They're going to waive the first two off, of course, and Deseronto's going to get the secondary call. 5-on-4. Royals go back to the power play. Arnold, Witosick, and Forstall out there. John Samus, the forward, dropping back on the point. And Kenny Mudriff. 8:40 remaining in the second period. Face-off won by Deseronto. Witosick steps in, tries to go back. Kenny's got to hurry up with that one. He does. Witosick tried to spin away, couldn't control that one. Cannons fires that one down in behind the net. Ian Harrison got a 4-minute penalty for roughing. That's what the offsetting call was. They called Walsh for boarding. Minute 27 remaining of the second period. This is John Samus now. He's going to put this up to Kenny Mudriff now. He's going to circle away. He's got two speedy forwards out there. He's got Justin Arnold and Witosick. Arnold's going to carry this one in, work to the outside. They won't catch him. He's going to drop this into the corner. Forstall now goes in behind the net now. Can't get his stick free. Defenseman tangles him up. Witosick tries to control that one off the glass. Knocked down at the line by Mudriff. Mudriff now puts us into the corner now. This is Arnold. Back to Witosick. Witosick's going to shoot. And Aaron Young is going to hang on to that one at 7:30 remaining of the second period. 4-3 for the Bulldogs. Power play unit comes out for the Royals. You got Neary on the point. He's out there with Braden Wilkinson, Tyson Moore, Matt Donovan, and Zach Thompson out there. Face off, pushed through by Moore. Tries to get this one out. They do. McGraden's going to touch this one down. 40 seconds remaining. He puts it in behind the net. Steve Neary's going to spin away from his man. He's going to go across ice, slow this one down. As Braden Wilkinson now, he's going to put this up now. In comes Thompson. He's got Moore with him. Thompson can't get away from his man. Moore comes in to help. Neary's going to have to hurry up with this one. He does keep it at the line and shoots it in the corner. Small tangle up. As the Royals come in 3 wide. Moore tries to find an open man. He's going to walk in. Off a shin pad right back to Neary. Neary over to Wilkinson. Quick shot on the ice. Moore kicks that, Young kicks that off the side. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Long shot. Moore can't seem to get control of that one as Aaron Young is in the net. On the ice there, Thompson now has it, looks for the half board. He can't find anybody as well. Back to Wilkinson, he puts it into the corner. Now turned off, out comes Deseronto. They're going to carry this one up through the zone. This is Dorian Overland, speedy guy on the outside. Off a leg into the corner. Can't control into the shooting lane, long shot. And grabbed. That was Chad Duchesne following that in. At 6:04 of the second period. Michael Hunter and Cole St. Pierre come out. Nick Kirby. Boomhauer. They now carry this one out. Sheldon Purchase was the 5th guy on that. Couldn't track him for some unknown reason. Nick Kirby now puts this up. Off Boomhauer. He's going to slap this one. This could be icing. At 5:44 remaining of the second period. 4-3 for the Bulldogs. They opt for the right-hand side face-off. Ryan Verbeek, he's going to step in against Nick Kirby on the draw. Sheldon Purchase on the left-hand side. Face-off won by Deseronto off a foot, 2 feet. Bounces around. Cole St. Pierre now battles his man on the half board. Can't get this one out. Kept in at the line. Deseronto looking for the outlet pass. They go on a wild backhand well up over high as Sheldon Purchase can't get control and Deseronto comes right back in. Lots of shooters on this one. Nick McGraden, beautiful shot up at the outside. Michael Hunter now swings off a foot. That will negate the icing as the Royals go for a massive change with Tosick, Neary, Mudriff, Justin Arnold. There's too many men on the ice right now for the Royals. Now they catch it. That was during the change as the one defenseman stayed way back. We saw it up here. Face off to the left-hand side of McGraden. Controlled. Neary fires that one down to the left-hand side of Young. Justin Arnold now tries to catch this one with Tosick and Arnold out there. Broken up. Arnold now is going to slow this one and go back. He's going to rifle this one down. Aaron Young's going to knock this and slow it down. Minute 30 remaining of the penalty. 4:33 remaining of the second period. Bulldogs up 4-3. They work on the outside. Deseronto can't find their way in. As he went for the pass and Watosic, hit the linesman. He's going to feel all that tomorrow. As that hit him and stopped. He holds the line now. He backs away. Linesman felt all of that. It was number 89, whoever that linesman is. Don't actually have a staff list for the league yet. As Arnold battles his man on the half board, he's dragged down. He's going to shoot this out now. Foot race. This is Watosic. Oh, he finds Nick Kirby. Nick Kirby walks in. Oh, what a save by Aaron Young on that one. As he kicked it out as Kirby had him beat. That would have been a nice shorthanded goal for the Royals. Deseronto now comes in 3 wide. They slap this one wildly, keep it out. 2 main men on the ice. They can't play it, though. As they slap it back in, that was Braden Walsh there. Put that one back in. Van Vlak's out there with Nick Kirby. Wilkinson and Walsh on the point. Deseronto on the outside trying to find their way in. They can't. Deseronto tries to work their way in. There's still a long shot. Nick McGraden's going to knock those down all day long as it's cleared by Kirby. John Samus now out there. 2 men on the ice again as we now return to 5-on-5 hockey. Deseronto tried to find their way in. Nobody there. Knocked down by Tyson Moore. He can't seem to get there. Now they get there. John Samus is going to shoot this one in. Zach Thompson. Tyson Moore on the forward line. Hunter and St. Pierre out there. Long shot. McGraden flips that into the corner. Nice hard hit in behind the net by Michael Hunter. John Samus now finds, Zach Thompson was away and clear. This is going to be icing. As what an opportunity for them to get control of that, and they just couldn't seem to hang on to it. He was almost away and clear on that one. Face off now to the right-hand side of Nick McGraden. Face off won by Tyson Moore. Cole St. Pierre on the half board. Can't get it out. Shot in behind the net now. They're going to chase this. Deseronto works on the outside. 2:15 remaining. Off the leg of Michael Hunter in the corner. Cole St. Pierre gives support as Deseronto tries to back this one up in behind the net. They try to find an outlet pass in the shooting lane. They can't find it. Put it back in the corner. Broken up by Zach Thompson. Cole St. Pierre can't get this one out. They're going to one-touch this one out, but controlled by Deseronto. Can't touch this one. Michael Hunter touches over to St. Pierre. 1:45 remaining. Long pass off a stick. Up over John Samus. Couldn't keep that in. As we're going to go back and take a look at that potential breakaway. As you see the setup right here, as they just missed that. Great opportunity for Zach Thompson as he couldn't quite catch that one. Face off in the neutral zone. Van Vlak steps in. That's Nolan Van Vlak. He wins, goes back. Mudruff's going to dump this one in. He's out there with Cody Clancy and Matt Donovan. Deseronto now controls on the half board. 1:33 remaining of the second period. Cross knocked down by Steve Neary. Matt Donovan gets away from his man. Tried to find Cody Clancy. Now it's a foot race at the line. Clancy's going to one-touch this one in. Deseronto backs up. Just over a minute remaining. They're going to slow down. Carried up. Chad Duchesne's going to dump in. Funny hop in behind the net. Kenny Mudruff now spins away from his man. He's going to carry a little bit. Long pass. Off a stick of Cody Clancy. He was back there. Young's got to come out and play this one. Kept it at the line by Matt Donovan. Quick shot. Nice tip by Clancy as it just went wide. As a penalty coming up right now, it's going to be a boarding call. Nice opportunity for the Royals here at the last second to go to the power play. 4-3 for the Bulldogs. 50 seconds, 49.9 to be exact, remaining in the second period. Arnold with Tosick, and is that Forrestal on the far side? Samus back again. This is power play number 1. Dezo's going to clear this down. Kenny Mudrick's got to get back. They're going to set this one up. 37 seconds remaining. Here comes Calvin with Tosick, the captain. He's going to carry this one. Finds John Samus. He speeds up to jump up in there. They tried to bank this one in. Kept it at the line. Some stuff going on in the corner. Royals are going to stay on top of this as 2 Bulldogs went after Forrestal. And they let the Royals walk right in. Opportunity. Linesman sticking kind of close to Forrestal right now. 5 seconds remaining. Hard hack. Forrestal now onto Arnold. Arnold's fans. Oh, we're going to have to go upstairs on that one, as Nick Cook says no. As he said, the buzzer went on that. That was quite the play. Don't know what we'll have to do on that one for the replay. As here comes the last couple of seconds, you see it come in, kind of a broken play, goes off to the side, and then he fans, steps outside. Oh, I don't know. He says it's in. They're saying it's not in. We need an overhead camera, but we're going to go to the intermission show. 4-3 for the Bulldogs after 2, and we will catch you on the other side of the intermission show as we enter the final 5 or 6 seconds of this period, and that will sum it up. Opening night, the County Royals are down by the Smith Falls Ritos 10-3. Thank you so much for joining us here on YouTube. We look forward to seeing you at our next broadcast on October 18th against the Durham Hawks. For the County Royals, my name is Bill Newman, and thank you so much for joining us, and we will catch you next time. Forward line, John Samus in the back with Peever. This is Peever. He'll shoot this one. Scores! Calvin Watasic from Brandon Peever. This is Peever. He'll shoot this one. Scores! Calvin Watasic from Brandon Peever. You can see there, puck in, shot around the outside now. Hawks are going to control this one. Picked off. Now it's a foot race. It's going to be good. In walks. Nice shot. Oh, nice read by Horn. That was Nick Kirby that picked that one off and walked all the way in. As they try to get inside bats, they have to back up, though they couldn't keep it in. Tyson Moore jumps off for a change. Malcolm Hurd comes out. Here's a breakaway by Watasic. Scores! Calvin Watasic. And he makes it. Find his man. He's teamed up. He can't get this one. He's bumped hard. In come the Hawks 2-on-1. They try to go across ice. They can't. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Quick shot by Nesbitt. Nice save by Chrislin right at the end of the period as he knocks this one. The Tweed Oil Kings in town. Should be a full house on that one. Controlled in by the Royals. Long shot. LeBron scores! What a funny little bounce. Welcome everyone to the very first broadcast of the brand new team in the NPHL, the County Royals. Starting goal tonight, Christian Christelton. He is a former Madoc Wildcat that has now joined this team, and of course he will be battled into the side by Northgrave. Calvin tries to get up front, he can't. Now controls again on his backhand. Shin scores! Well, that's a familiar sight for the Smith Fall Ritos as Calvin Watasic makes it 6-2. Knocked away by Van Vleck. Here comes Purchase now through the neutral zone. He puts it on the far side. He's going to streak towards the net. Off the foot. They try to keep this one in. They do. Royals now trying to shoot this one. Tip! Sheldon Purchase with a quick shot. Breakaway now. As Chrislin with a great save on that one. As we enter the final 5 or 6 seconds of this period, and that will sum it up. Opening night, the County Royals are down by the Smith Falls Ritos 10-3. Thank you so much for joining us here on YouTube. We look forward to seeing you at our next broadcast on October 18th against the Durham Hawks. For the County Royals, my name is Bill Newman, and thank you so much for joining us, and we will catch you next time. Forward line, John Samus in the back with Peaver. This is Peaver. He'll shoot this one. Scores! Calvin Watasic from Brandon Peaver. This is Peaver. He'll shoot this one. Scores! Calvin Watasic from Brandon Peaver. You can see there, puck in, shot around the outside now. Hawks are going to control this one. Picked off. Now it's a foot race. It's going to be good. In walks. Nice shot. Oh, nice read by Horn. That was Nick Kirby that picked that one off and walked all the way in. As they try to get inside bats, they have to back up, though they couldn't keep it in. Tyson Moore jumps off for a change. Malcolm Hurd comes out. Here's a breakaway by Watasic. Scores! Calvin Watasic! And he makes it. Find his man. He's teamed up. He can't get this one. He's bumped hard. In come the Hawks 2-on-1. They try to go across ice. They can't. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Quick shot by Nesbitt. Nice save by Chrislin right at the end of the period, as he knocks this one. The Tweed Oil Kings in town. Should be a full house on that one. Controlled in by the Royals. Long shot. LeBron scores! What a funny little bounce. Welcome, everyone, to the very first broadcast of the brand new team in the NPHL, the County Royals. Starting goal tonight, Christian Christelton. He is a former Madoc Wildcat that has now joined this team, and of course he will be battled into the side by Northgrave. Calvin tries to get up front, he can't. Now controls again on his backhand. Shin scores! Well, that's a familiar sight for the Smith Fall Ritos as Calvin Watasic makes it 6-2. Knocked away by Van Vlack. Here comes Purchase now through the neutral zone. He puts it on the far side. He's going to streak towards the net. Off the foot. They try to keep this one in. They do. Royals now trying to shoot this one. Tip! Sheldon Purchase with a quick shot. Breakaway now. As Chrislin with a great save on that one. As we enter the final 5 or 6 seconds of this period. And that welcome back to the third period. 4-3 for the Bulldogs. We're going to take a really quick peek around the league. Just games that started at 7 o'clock. So the Bayview Vols, they're leading right now over South Grenville. Of course, Teddy Bear toss there tonight. Tweed Oil Kings have now pulled ahead of the Tamworth Sabres 6-3. Assasogny is up on South Stormont 7-3. Manotick is leading Madawaska Valley 7-3. 4-3 here, of course. And Durham has now got a 1-goal lead on the Lindsay Barn Cats. Arno steps in on the draw. He wins the draw, goes back to Kenny Mudriff. Still in the power play. Puck carried in. This John Samus now shoots it into the corner and behind the net. Puck hammered around. He fans on that. Kenny Mudriff misses that one in behind the net. Nick McGraden's going to slow this one down. 50 seconds remaining in the power play. John Samus up to Kenny Mudriff. He's going to carry this one up. One touch pass up. This is Forrest, now works on the outside. He takes a hack, goes in behind the net. They're trying to find their way out. He's going to go back to John Samus. John Samus can't battle his man. They get this one out. Kenny Mudriff now is going to circle away up to the captain. That's Calvin Wojtaszek. They bank this one off, knocked down at the line. 20 seconds remaining. This is John Samus now, tries to find his way out. Kenny Mudriff's going to carry this one in. This will be the last rush for the Royals on this power play. He gets through, tries to go up. Oh, nice save by Young. Quick shot off the side of the net. That was Arnold. Now it's cleared down right when the power play, or right when the penalty ended. Icing is waved off, though. Now they control this one in. Long shot, misses wide. As Brandon Wilkinson is going to carry this one out. He's going to circle through the new guy. He's hooked, no call. Deseronto turns it back over. They're going to carry this one back in, 3-on-2. They work on the outside. Deseronto with a quick shot, and Nick McGraden kicks this off to the side at 18-21. Unsuccessful power play for the Royals on that one. Nick McGraden's been stellar so far, as Van Vleck now steps in on the draw on this one. Face-off won by Deseronto, controlled in at the line. Long shot off the glove of Kenny Mudriff into the corner. Going to be a quick shot by Deseronto, and McGraden's going to knock that one down. 18-12 remaining of the third period. Matt Donovan out there, Van Vleck, and Clancy. Deseronto got to tag this one up now. Steve Neary goes back. Nick McGraden decides to hang on to that one at 18-02. Bulldogs get their change in. So, here come the Royals. They're going to change as well. As Samus, Moore, and Thompson now come out. Moore steps in on the draw. Face off, won by Deseronto. They work on the outside. Long pass on the far side. Can't find their way in. Into the shooting lane. Nick McGraden sprawls out on that one as he covers that one up. As Nick McGraden throws his body carelessly to the wind on that one. Face off now, the left-hand side of McGraden. Moore steps in on the draw, wins the draw, goes back. This is St. Pierre. Banks it off. Thompson knocks this one down. He carries it in with John Samus. Not sure how that wasn't an interference call on John Samus. He didn't have the puck. He took the hit at the line. Moore turns it over into the shot. John Samus, quick shot, knocked off to the side by Young. Deseronto controls in behind on the half board. Now they come out 3 wide. On the far side, this is Cannons. Works his way out, can't find the shooter. McGraden reads that one. Nice save again by McGraden. Back comes the Royals. 2-on-4, bouncing puck. Nobody can track it. And there's Young, as we'll go back and take a look at the replay. This was Nick McGraden's save at the far end, as he wasn't quite sure where that was. And you see the play here, he just sprawls out, and he covers that one and knocks it down, and to keep this a 4-3 game. Face off. Battled in low. Won by the Royals. This is Kirby now. Fights his man into the corner. This is Purchase also out there. As Walsh and Wilkinson back up. Long quick pass. McGraden read that one all the way as he got over on that one. Back come the Royals. Boomhauer missed the assignment on that one. Now a foot race. Deseronto's going to regroup off a stick. Oh, quick off the stick of Purchase. As Young hangs on to that one. At 16:41. This is what Tosick now steps in on the draw out there with Arnold and Forrestal. Long shot, low, misses wide left to right on Young. Young seemed to struggle to get up on that one. Maybe he got hurt. He got bumped there in the second period. Deseronto trying to battle. There's a battle in front of the net there. Deseronto gets it back. They're going to try and fire this one in nice and low. McGraden reads that one and keeps it out, and they clear. Now a foot race. Forrest still races his man. He's going to win this battle, but puck just gets knocked off. There's Witosik out front. Oh, Witosik almost had that one all the way. What an opportunity. As we'll go back and take a look at that one as well on the replay. Royals replay. You'll see the turnover, and here's the foot race right here as they work this one out. And right where it bounces, you'll see Witosik come in way behind the play and just missed it. Trying to tie this one up. Witosik now controls low. Young's going to grab this one quick at 16:01. Again, thank you so much for joining us here on the Royals Hockey, live on YouTube, proud member of the NPHL. Van Vlack now out there, Matt Donovan. And on the far side, Clancy. Puck shot across by Deseronto. They come out 3 wide, 3-on-2. They get around Neary. Mudworth's out there. There they come. Nice hard shot up over the shoulder of McGraden. Now carried out. Now a foot race. This is Matt Donovan controlling. He's going to hammer this one in. Young knocks it down behind the net. Deseronto regroups. Long pass picked off by Neary. He's going to rifle this one wide. Long pass, again broken up by Steve Neary. Matt Donovan spins away from his man. Long pass. Nice, picked off there. 2 Royals coming in. There's the, should have shot that one. As Clancy had to dump that one in. Puck kept in. Kenny Mudriff. Almost brought that one back in. Deseronto's going to change. Kenny's going to find an opening, skate this one in the outside. Long shot off a stick. And high out of play at 15:03. You're watching Royals Hockey on YouTube.
This broadcast of the County Royals Hockey brought to you by Local 401, one of the most respected and influential building trade locals in Ontario.
Face off to the left-hand side of Young. Controlled by Deseronto. They try to work this one out. St. Pierre back, bumps his man off a puck, but he skates through. Michael Hunter back as well. Quick shot. Nice save by McGraden. Long shot again off a leg. Out come the Royals. This is Thompson now carrying it up. He's with Samus. Oh, leg stuck out on that one. Low hits are not appreciated in this league at all. In fact, there's a hip check rule in this league. Long shot. McGraden blockers that off to the side. One of the rules here in senior hockey about the hip check. John Samus is going to carry this one in. He's going to work on the outside. Got 2 bodies with him. He's got more. St. Pierre. St. Pierre can't control. Witosik now out there. Now Witosik, your captain. He's going to carry this one in. Samus goes for the change. Forrestal comes out. Moore tries to step around his man. Kept in at the line. They shoot that in deep. That was Walsh. Moore now goes for a change. Out comes Justin Arnold. Arnold with Tosic. Forrestal now. Controlled by the Royals in behind the net. They tried to flick this one on the outside. Now Deseronto controls on the half board, trying to find their way in the shooting lane. Broke it up. Back come the Royals. Forrestal's going to go far side to Witosik. Witosik tries to work around. He does get a little free, works it low. Justin Arnold bumped into the corner now. Battle, he falls. Witosik comes in to support. They work it back. Kenny tried to move to the middle. He's got to regroup. He's last man back. Turnover at the line. That was Wilkinson. Off the post. As that was a rocket that beat McGraden, but back come the Royals the other way. As Justin Arnold tried to leave that one for Forrestal. Now a change at the line. That was Cody Clancy. Just missed his man there. Hard hit against the boards. That's Neary losing his feet. Long shot. McGraden's going to grab that one. Now there's a small battle out front as Van Vlack works his man over. Royals showing lots of life here in the first half of the third period. Van Vlack's going to step in on the draw on this one. Face off won by Deseronto, back to the line on the half board. Trying to find their way in. Quick shot up over the left-hand shoulder of McGraden, but kept in at the line. Deseronto circles, trying to find one shot again. McGraden hit Nick McGraden right in the head. Took his helmet off. And the youngster keeps it out. We'll be back right after this commercial break.
This broadcast of the County Royals hockey brought to you by Abode Home Store, a collection of high-end furniture, lighting, and decor located in the county.
Face off won by Deseronto. Long shot high up over the glove of McGraden. Flicked up high. Dangerous play by Neary. Royals get this one. This is going to be icing, though. At 12:02 remaining of the third period now. 4-3 for Deseronto. Van Vlack steps in on the draw on this one. Donovan out there. Nice block as he dropped in front of that one all the way. What a great play by Matt Donovan. Long shot. McGraden grabs that one. As we'll go back and take a look at that block shot by Matt Donovan. He stepped right down on that one in senior hockey, folks. Tell me the Royals don't have any lifeline left in them. As you see the big blast coming in right here. He drops in and took that fully out. What a great play by Matt Donovan, sacrificing his body. Deseronto wins the draw. Long shot off a body, misses wide. John Sama steps in, tries to get this one. Moore's out there with Zach Thompson as well. Deseronto works on the outside, can't find their way in. Shooting lane off a body, misses off the left-hand side of McGraden. Deseronto controls in behind the net, can't get it out front. Moore now helps his man. Cole St. Pierre's bumped off. Into the shooting zone again, scores! McGraden almost had that one as well, as the Bulldogs now go up 5-3. Face off won by Deseronto and controlled. Sheldon Purchase made a turnover. Now he's going to carry this one in. The former Northumberland star works on the outside off the shin pad. He controls, tries to go back to Nick Kirby. Sheldon Purchase is going to battle low on the boards. He's out there with Boomhauer. Deseronto circles and regroups. Long dump in pass, knocked down by the Royals in behind. That's Braden Walsh. He's going to circle away from his man up to Boomhauer. Missed assignment on that one. Kirby was looking one way and Boomhauer dropped it the other. Wilkinson's now going to pick the puck up behind the net, up to Walsh, up to Boomhauer, up to Kirby. Kirby's got Purchase with them. Ref the young Purchase boy there for years. He loves getting in there and getting dirty. That's going to be a delay of game. They're going to talk about this one. Referee initially called that one initially out. Now they're discussing this. Nope, they're saying it went directly out. Power play opportunity for the Royals. At 10-10. defenseman still arguing this call. We don't have him on our roster as well, number 23. Timeout is called. Nope, they want the different side. Sorry, I thought they were calling timeout there. As what Tosick wanted to change side, Justin Arnold's now going to step in out there with Forrestal. John Samus on the point. Face-off won by Deseronto. They're going to clear back the other way. Kenny Mudder's got to step in on that one. Now it's out 2-on-1. John Samus is back. We're halfway through the third period. Now the Royals regroup. Now they come out. Kenny Mudder's now going to carry this one through. He'll work on the outside. Tries to find a man out front. Net's knocked off. At 9:40.
This broadcast of the County Royals hockey brought to you by Anderson Equipment Sales, an agricultural dealership with locations in Belleville and Picton.
Face off to the right-hand side of Young. Controlled by the Royals. They work it low. This is Arnold. Tried to find Forrestal over to Witosick. Witosick back to Kenny, back to Witosick, over to Samus. 9:28 remaining of the third. Samus trying to find his way in. Witosick, one-touch pass back to Martin. He'll shoot. He rifles that one, hits Young in the chest. Free puck. Kenny's going to rifle this one again, quick. No, he goes to Witosick on the far side. Right through the middle of the shooting lane there. Nobody there. John Samus picks up on the far side. Back to Forrestal now. He'll circle across to Kenny Mudriff. Now he's trying to find his way in. Long shot. Nobody there in front of the net. As Arnold tries to battle his man, he's knocked off the puck. They're going to clear back the other way. Can he keep it in? No, he cannot. 39 seconds remaining in the penalty. Deseronto gets a change in. 5-3 for the Bulldogs currently. Long pass. This is Thompson now. One-touch pass off to the side. Tyson Moore. He's got a stick all tangled up as Young's got to dive for that one. At 8:31 remaining of the third period. St. Pierre Wilkinson back on the point. Moore, Donovan, and Thompson up front. 21 seconds remaining in the penalty. Face-off won by the Royals. They shoot wide quick. Quick shot down. McGraden's going to knock that one down. They're going to kick that off to Cole St. Pierre. He's got to get going. He's now got a head of steam. Cole St. Pierre now carries this from his own zone. He's going to find a path all the way through. He's hooked. There's a call coming up. McGraden goes to the bench now. Controlled still back by the Royals. Extra attacker on. The first power play is over. Long shot tipped up out of play. We'll leave the power play graphic up as the Royals going right back to a power play. As St. Pierre walked through the middle, he was hooked. With Tosick, Arnold, Forrestal out, John Samus, Kenny Mudriff on the point, very familiar power play. Power play number one. Witosick scores! As that was pushed through from the draw. Power play goal for the Royals, and it's now 5-4. As we look at this one again, they're getting set up, trying to get the last minute change in, and the minute they drop the puck, you see them walk right straight through here. Witosick walks right in the middle on the backhand and puts that one right over the glove of Young. 5-4 power play goal for the Royals. 7:49 remaining of the third. Back come the Royals. Forrestal controls. Just out of the reach of Arnold. Neary now back up through the middle. Forrestal turns that one over in the neutral zone. Back comes Deseronto. They try to find a man, they do. And McGraden with a great save on that one. As Deseronto can't get that one in. Now a chasing for icing. And they call icing on that one, as we'll go back and take a look at that great save by Nick McGraden, as he read that all the way, and he got over in a hurry. As you see Deseronto come in, they work on the outside. McGraden gets right over and grabs it right there, and he keeps it a one-goal game here in the third period, 7:24. Face off now the left-hand side of McGraden. Won by Deseronto. They tried to get the shoot lane. They couldn't. Forrestal couldn't get a stick on it. Arnold now also tries to get that one. They can't. Deseronto controls on the half board. Quick spin, fire off a leg, and it's now out. Witosik now on a race. Tries to get it away from his man. He can't keep up. Deseronto now circles away, trying to find their way in. Long dump pass across. John Samus now out there. Another change. Zach Thompson also out there is hammered shot into Nick McGraden as he grabs that one. At 6:54 of the third period, 5-4 for Deseronto. Tyson Moore out there, Zach Thompson. Braden Forrestal. Sorry, Zach Thompson's out there. Puck now out by the Royals. Deseronto's got to shoot this one in. Zach Thompson bumped hard on the half board. Royals clear. Deseronto controls. They work around the outside. One touch, icing negated. Nick McGraden's got to clear this one himself. He will off a foot. Kept it at the line by Deseronto. They're going to dump this one into the corner. Braden Wilkinson now off the foot of Tyson Moore. John Samus is going to carry this one up. He's got two guys with him, Zach Thompson and Tyson Moore. Long shot as Aaron Young hangs on to that one at 6:10 remaining of the third period. Face off to the right-hand side of Young. Van Vlack now out here taking the draw. Matt Donovan and Cody Clancy. Face off pushed through by the Royals. They're going to clear this one all the way down the ice. Nick McGraden's going to come out, knock this one down, and hang on to that one at 6:02. Face off to the right-hand side of McGraden. Van Vlack steps in on the draw. Face off one cleanly by Deseronto. Long shot off a body. Nobody there. Graydon gets back over. Puck shot wide up over the shoulder. Controlled. Matt Donovan can't get this one all the way out. Quick change. Van Vlack went off with Tosick now out there. Puck up to Stephen Neary. He's going to gain the line, dump far side. Now a foot race. Matt Donovan there. Up high, bounced off the glass. St. Pierre controls. 5:25 remaining of the third. Long pass off the stick of Witosik. Now Matt Donovan's going to chase this one in deep. Young's got to control it himself. Forrestal now out on the run. Long shift for Matt Donovan, knocked out of play. Now Matt Donovan goes for his change. Now they're talking on what side they want the face-off to take place. Not sure what the referees are talking about. I think it was dumped in and went off the stick of a Royal player out of play. Justin Arnold's going to step in on the draw. He's out there with Witosik and Forrestal. Wilkinson and Walsh out there as well. Face off, one by Deseronto. Quick shot. McGraden's got that one all day long. Shoots it into the breadbasket, 5:07. Face off to the left-hand side. Witosik now stepping in on the draw. One again cleanly. Hard shot knocked down by Arnold. Broke his stick though. Goes for the change. Another quick shot on the outside They try to step in, turned over. Back come the Royals. They're 3 wide. Nice low hit, not a hip check. Nice clean check. Witosic had 3 bodies on him, couldn't get anything going. Back comes Deseronto. They're working on the outside. Long shot up over the top of the glove of McGraden, but way wide. Off a foot of St. Pierre, almost fooled McGraden. Dezo can't clear. Royals can't clear. They shoot it back in. They work around the outside. They work it back to the point. Long dump in off a stick. Went wide again. That went off a Royal stick too, by the way. Witosic now gets control. Puts it up to Forrestal. He's going to carry this out. Bad change by the Royals here as the puck wasn't in all the way. Tyson Moore is going to chase this one. He's out there with Zach Thompson. Long pass up to Moore. Moore backs away from the hit. Penalty coming up. That's going to go to St. Pierre. Now, there's a rule about shooting a part of a broken stick, and that's what it's going to be. It's going to be interference is the call. Great call by Nick Cook. And the rule actually reads, shooting a broken stick or then they're part of either out of play or into at the attacking player. Doesn't have to make contact. They'll go to the power play at 3:44, 5-4 for Deseronto. Face off to the left-hand side of McGraden. Van Vlak's out there. He'll step in on this with Boomhauer. Face off won by Deseronto on the outside. Deseronto trying to find their way in as the Royals square up. That's Nick Kirby out there with Van Vlak. Trying to find their way in. Quick shot. McGraden battles that one a little bit but keeps it down. 1:41 remaining of the period, or penalty. 3:24 remaining of the period. Face off, left-hand side, McGraden. Van Vlak in on the draw. Face off, won by the Royals, can't clear. Knocked down by Deseronto at the line. They can't keep it in, they got to clear. Linesman gets in the way, almost falls down. Kenny Mudriff now battles in behind. 3 Royals almost below the goal line trying to get this one out. Royals can't clear. Long shot off a stick in behind. Steve Neary's going to turn and fire this. A knockdown at the line. Didn't get it hard enough. Picked off by Kirby. He's going to turn, fire that one down. PK unit number 2 is coming out. Moore, Thompson. Walsh and Wilkinson back. In comes Deseronto with the head of steam. Quick shot. Blocker save by McGraden. 45 seconds in the penalty. St. Pierre for interference. Here comes Deseronto. Quick shot. Up off the top of the mask again of McGraden out of reach. Face-off will take place to the left-hand side with Tosick and Arnold now coming out for the Royals. Wilkinson and Walsh going to stay on the ice. 35 seconds remaining in the penalty. Face-off won cleanly again by Deseronto. Battle on the half board. Tosick can't get free. He does. He's going to long dump this one in. Arnold beats his man into the corner. 2 speedy forwards out here for the Royals. Deseronto's going to control this one. Just under 2 minutes remaining in the third period. 12 seconds remaining in the penalty. Deseronto trying to set for the last one more shot. Update from Lindsay, 7-6, 3 minutes remaining. They got a close one as well as we go back to 5-on-5 hockey here. Timeout is the call for the Royals as we will go to a small commercial break.
This broadcast of the County Royals hockey brought to you by Angry Birds Rotisserie Chicken Restaurant. A relaxed, fun atmosphere, delicious and affordable meal in Picton. This broadcast of the County Royals hockey brought to you by A-Team Construction, obsessed with bringing comfort and beauty to your home. This broadcast of the County Royals hockey brought to you by Barry Swan Specialties. You can call us anytime when you have a shipment to move anywhere in North America. This broadcast of the County Royals hockey brought to you by the CSS Industrial, specializing in providing industrial infrastructure, field service to refineries and fuel depots.
Face off to the left-hand side of McGraden. Witosick steps in on the draw. Hard shot around by Kenny Mudriff. Arnold overskates it. Deseronto's got a touch up. They do. Now they bring it back in. Long shot. McGraden knocks that down, and he hangs on to it at 1:28 remaining. Nice play by the Royals there, but Arnold just sort of overskated that one. A little too fast. As the two speedy forwards of Witosick and Arnold. Witosick hits his man on the half board now. Neary goes back in. Kenny Mudriff also battles his man in the corner. Deseronto trying to kill some clock time here. Arnold now is going to bank this one off. Now a foot race. Forrestal's going to skate his way down. As we're watching McGraden goes to the bench. Empty net now for the Royals. They put the extra attacker on. The extra attacker is John Samus. Long dump in. Tip just wide by Calvin Witosick out of play at 56.7 of the third period. Royals net is empty. Face-off will take place to the left-hand side of Young. Witosick's going to step in on the draw. Forrestal and Arnold switch spots. John Samus up front. Face-off won by the Royals. They push his man off, bounced out. Kenny Mudriff's got to control this one. He's got to push his man through on that one. Still a battle. Kept it on the outside now. Witosick's going to carry this the far side over to John Samus. Everybody's onside, long shot. Young dropped his stick when it hit him. I think it caught him off guard. He had to dive out to grab that one with 36 seconds remaining. Exciting for the finish for the Royals here, as they open the scoring 1-0 and then been playing catch-up all night. Witosick's going to step in on the draw right-hand side. He's got Arnold and Samus out front. Face-off won by Deseronto. They're going to hammer this one. Kept in at the line. Hopefully, nope, they get this one out. Now they're going to back up. This is Wilkinson, far side. Up to Forrestal. He gains the line. Up to Witosick. They can't get it out. It's going to be cleared. Knocked down at the line by Wilkinson. Deseronto's going to shoot for the empty net. Misses wide. 12 seconds remaining. Now they're going to shoot. Kept away by Wilkinson. As they got to work this one up. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. And as time runs out, we had an exciting finish to this one. At the end of the game, 5-4 for the Deseronto Bulldogs. Great showing by the Royals. As we'll take a quick little gander over here at some of the scores around the league. Manatech is leading Wasaga Valley up 8-3. This one just finished 5-4 final. Royals dropped to Deseronto and Durham and Lindsay. Lindsay's up 7-6 and under 3 minutes there as well. Well, great game. Thank you so much for joining us here on Royals Hockey. My name is Bill Newman. We will catch you in 2 weeks' time when the Lindsay Barncats return, and we will see you in 2 weeks.